My name is Hope.
My name is Josh.
You're listening to Real Scared. Alright, today we're talking about both of our favorite films, correct? One of our favorite
No,
films.
not my favorite film.
Okay.
Favorite Christmas movie.
I think this is my favorite film. Ever.
It's in my top 11.
Okay. Well, our favorite Christmas movies. We're talking about primarily the original Black Christmas from 1974. We'll talk a little bit about the multiple remakes, but with less emphasis on those ones.
Spoiler warning now. We will give spoilers away.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Go watch it. It's good.
Yes, if you have not seen it, probably maybe don't listen to this whole podcast. But do you recall the first time you seen Black Christmas?
Yes. Hold on. Yes. Yeah, I was in a Christmas horror movie phase and also a blaxploitation phase. And I thought this was a blaxploitation Christmas movie. So I went in without knowing anything about it, and it was one of the greatest times of my life.
Do you remember how old you were?
I think I was about 17.
Okay.
That was my best time of my life up to then. For sure.
Because of Black Christmas?
Because of Black Christmas.
I think I was a bit younger when I saw it. I was probably like a tween. I watched it with my parents because they're huge horror fans, obviously. And then I just think they didn't think I was old enough up until like I became a teenager to watch it. And then it kind of became like a Christmas tradition just to watch that every year. And now it's probably my favorite movie of all time. Definitely my favorite slasher of all time.
Shout out to Tom.
Shout out to Tom Muehlbauer, my dad.
Oh my god, drink water. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say water. For this occasion, we have water. These drinks called Yule Cats, which are bourbon cream soda, and grenadine, like a tiny bit, and they're delicious and very festive. So if anyone has not seen Black Christmas, we'll just give you the rundown of the plot if you would like to.
It's a film made in 1974 by Bob Clark, and it's about a group of sorority sisters and sorority mom who receive dirty phone calls. And then through these dirty phone calls, they find out that there's a killer, and the killer torments them. That's basically what happens.
I'd say that's a pretty basic plot. Yeah.
It's a whodunit.
It is a whodunit.
98 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Nice and sweet runtime. Basically, one of the sorority sisters goes missing, and her father actually comes to the sorority, which I really like his character. Her name is Claire, who goes missing, and her like boyfriend comes to look for her and everything. Of course, like they brush it off at first, but the calls escalate and things just get more intense and scary as it goes along. In one of my notes here, the aesthetic of the original was heavily influenced by Italian giallo films, and it was kind of the first American slasher to introduce like point of view shots of the killer. And there's a lot of very creepy like stalking around the house shots. Like in one of I'm pretty sure the first or second shot of the movie is the killer like climbing up the side of the house.
Yeah, the first shot is just around POV shots of around the house, just literally going around the house. And
yeah.
I think he climbs up the house, and then there's also like the black gloves of giallo films, which is Italian horror, and it's actually the cameraman who's doing that the whole time too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it really throws you into the trenches immediately. And it's really a nice juxtaposition between like the jolly Christmas time and probably like one of the darkest slasher films that there are.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
The cast, Olivia Hussey?
Let's go with Husey.
Hussey plays Jess,
That could be
our
wrong, but
main character. From Romeo and Juliet, from It.
she was in It?
She was in It.
I didn't know that. I've never seen the original It.
The 90s one. Yeah. Margot Kidder played Barb, who I believe was actually drunk.
Oh yeah, she was getting into character by drinking a bunch of alcohol.
She plays a drunk character, and she is drunk the entire time.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. Superman 1 and 2, Amityville Horror,
Yep.
and Sisters.
I feel like she was probably the biggest actress at the time of them making this film.
I believe between Margot Kidder and Olivia Hussey.
Yeah.
Because Romeo and Juliet was pretty hot at the time. The most how do I put this?
He's kind of a scream king.
He's a scream king, yeah. John Saxon plays Lieutenant Fuller. He was a shoo-in on this one. But, you know, he's from Tenebrae, Nightmare on Elm Street. Somebody likes John Saxon. From Tenebrae, Nightmare on Elm Street, Enter the Dragon, which I didn't know he was in Enter the Dragon, and Joe Kidd, which is a Western. He's in a bunch of other like minor horror films.
Those are probably his biggest roles.
Those are his biggest roles. Also, Keir Dullea, who plays Peter, who's in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That's pretty huge.
So these people are like known actors. Some of them aren't huge, and then some of them are massive. Lynn Griffin, who plays Claire, she was in Curtains. It's really the most notable film she was in. You ever see Curtains?
I feel like I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've seen the entire movie.
It's a good film. I'd recommend watching it. Really good winter film. Another winter film. Ooh. This was also part of when I was watching Black Christmas. I watched Curtains.
She's typecast in winter horror films?
Yeah, solely winter horror films. Andrea Martin, who plays Phil, she was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. ACTV, Jimmy Neutron.
Who was she in Jimmy Neutron?
She was the old lady teacher.
Oh my
god! You know that.
She was also in the 2006 Black Christmas.
Oh, I did not know that.
She was Mrs. Mack.
She was Mrs. Mack.
It might be Miss Mack. I don't remember.
She had a grand entrance.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I said, who is this person? Marion Waldman, who was the sorority mom.
Miss Mack.
Miss Mack. She wasn't really in anything, but she killed it.
She's so wonderful. Iconic. I love that character.
And then Art Hindle, who played Chris Hayden. He was in The Brood.
Was that the guy that looks like he'd be in Game of Thrones?
Art Hindle, who plays the boyfriend, Chris.
Okay, alright, we got that now.
The Brood, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
So these are some actors who, like, it's not their first time in horror either. So that's nice to see. Yeah. Something that makes Black Christmas, the original, so influential was that it's considered a feminist horror film, which there aren't many of when you think of horror films. You don't really think of women being empowered, but I do when I think of horror films.
And it's a slasher.
Yeah. So the women are the victims and the heroines as well.
Yes.
There's also, like, so many different types of characters in this film. They're not very, like, stereotypical, if that makes sense. There's not, like, a bimbo or, like, a damsel in distress like that. They all have really good chemistry with each other and, you know, they look out for each other.
Yeah, it was when I was watching it for the first time, it was nice to see that there was people as people, not as...
Yeah.
A lot of slashers, they'll have the girl who goes off and, like, sleeps with everybody.
Yeah, and they weren't,
and then, like the dumb
over-sexualized.
Jock. And yeah, nobody was over-sexualized. Nobody was over anything. They all had their characters. And
they're very grounded.
They all had, They all had personalities, realistic personalities.
Yeah. And like the thing that was most disturbing was like the vile, like gross phone calls that they were getting, which were from a man. So nothing to do with them.
Which was done by the director yelling at the actor. Like, so in the background, you hear some things. That'd be the director yelling at him. And then he would, like, say it back into the phone.
Oh my god.
Shout out Bob Clark.
That's a crazy effect. Now that I know that, I'm gonna have to watch it again and listen. It was also, there's a topic of abortion in the film, which was kind of crazy for being made in 1974, which I have in my notes. This film was released a year after the ruling of Roe versus Wade, which is kind of insane. So Jess, the main character, she ends up telling her boyfriend Peter that she's pregnant, and she decides that she wants to have an abortion. She does not care what he has to say about that, which, you know, he should not have the final say in that either. And he's very, like, mentally abusive towards her. But she is just such a strong and, like, well-written character that she has so much to deal with.
Yeah,
that's, like, in the back of her mind.
That's happening. Her friend's missing.
Yeah, her friend is missing. She's getting weird phone calls. Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting weird phone calls.
And he's just very...
He crashes out.
He does crash out.
He crashes out.
Not a valid crash out.
Literally crashes out, too.
I think that actor was really good, though.
Oh, awesome.
I've never seen 2001. I should not have a movie podcast.
I'll be honest, I watched it once.
Okay. So not that big of a deal, I guess.
Sorry, everybody.
But I felt like that was big to have, you know, someone from, you know, what a lot of people consider the greatest movie of all time.
Another theme that I picked up on was the dad coming to the sorority, trying to find his daughter. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of comedic moments where he sees, like, alcohol and nudity and the sorority mom, like, drinking and things like that.
She's, like, trying to cover it up for the girls, too.
Where the theme kind of blends into maybe the alcohol and the partying isn't the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Because then there's a little kid that's dead and they have to go on a manhunt.
Yes. There's also, a child murder.
He quickly goes from blaming, you know, why is there alcohol in here, to, oh my gosh, my daughter's gone.
Yeah. Another little fact that I have is that this was shot in Toronto, Canada. I have tried to visit the sorority house that it was filmed in, but, okay, I tried to go in 2019, and I couldn't get to it. It was in, like, a weird little gated area that it, like, wasn't really accessible. I would assume that the people who own the house just don't want people to go there. But I was kind of sad because I've seen people, like, post about going to the house. No big deal. Maybe I'll try again someday.
University of Toronto. University of Toronto campus.
Yes.
It's interesting because Bob Clark was originally from the U.S. Mm-hmm. He went to college and played football.
That's interesting.
But he studied film. So he got a full scholarship to play football. He was born in New Orleans, got a full scholarship to play football at Hillsdale College, and he was the quarterback.
Wow.
And then he studied acting at the University of Miami.
Was he in anything? Like films?
I don't think so. I think it was just he was more of like play acting.
Film? I mean stage, yeah.
Stage acting. And then after college, he moved to Canada because tax incentives.
Ooh.
Because the tax incentives were great in Canada, specifically in Toronto. And he had an interesting mix of films. He had Black Christmas. Mm-hmm. Then a year or two later, he had A Christmas Story, my second favorite Christmas movie.
I agree.
They're tied. Black Christmas and A Christmas Story is tied.
Depends on the vibe.
Yes, and it's by the same director. Mm-hmm. Like, that's pretty cool. And then he has Porky's, which is like a quintessential 80s sex comedy. And then he kind of became a director for hire. Super Babies was one of his last films.
That's so sad.
It's so sad.
What are your last films?
It's so sad. It's probably one of the worst films. Unfortunately, then He died in a car crash by a drunk driver with his son.
That stinks really bad.
And Super Babies was one of his last films.
I'm so sorry, Bob Clark.
You deserved better.
Yeah. One thing that I learned while researching was that Black Christmas was a big inspiration for John Carpenter making Halloween. I guess there was some interview, this is like rumored, that somebody asked Bob Clark if he were to make another like holiday horror film, what he would do. And he pretty much said the plot of Halloween.
I heard that too.
Yeah, there's no like drama or anything with that. That's just what he said, which is pretty cool.
Speaking of rumors, supposed to be Elvis Presley's favorite film.
That's so strange to me.
Favorite horror film.
Yeah.
And then it's also said that he watched it every Christmas, but he died in 1977.
So he watched it for like 3 Christmases.
Maybe 3 Christmases, and he didn't really have his daughter or wife towards the end. So I don't know how realistic that is. But it's
I watched it a couple times.
Apparently it's his favorite. It was his favorite horror film.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, Elvis. I also learned that the film was shot in 40 days, which seems low for like a higher budget movie, especially something like mostly that takes place at night. There's a lot of scenes outside, elaborate set decoration, and I also found out that a lot of the snow is not real, which is surprising with it being shot in Canada.
And the snow looked great.
It did look really good.
Before I watched the original again, I watched the remakes. And the snow in the remakes, we'll get into the remakes in a little bit, but the snow in the remakes was not good at all.
It was not. It would just look fake.
It did just look fake. So the Black Christmas, OG Black Christmas snow looked phenomenal.
That's like, I feel like that goes back to what we said about the characters like feeling authentic. So did like everything else about the movie compared to like the remakes. The remakes feel like a movie, but the original feels like something that could actually happen.
Yes.
You know? Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
And whenever someone says they like Black Christmas, I like automatically think that they have like, they're classy. Like that's a classy favorite movie.
It's a classy horror movie.
Yeah.
There's elegance to it.
Exactly.
And you can't explain it unless you watch it.
Unless you've seen it. Yeah.
You're like, you hear Black Christmas slasher, you're like, oh, that's, it's a dark, classy, it's like a
like a wine mom.
yeah, it's like a wine mom. It's a wine mom Christmas movie.
Yes. I also wrote that it's much more serious than other holiday horror films because that's probably like the goofiest subgenre.
Oh yeah. You have
horror films.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, you have
Gremlins.
Christmas Evil.
Yeah.
Santa, I don't know, there's like a billion movies called Santa Claus.
Krampus movies.
Krampus movies.
That's a whole nother subgenre.
Terrifier 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm missing a big one here. I'm missing the one with James Caan. What's that one?
Is it?
It's when they stab his hands or whatever. There's like 5 different people. There's like a comedian in there.
I don't remember the name.
It's
anyways, there's a lot.
Sleigh Claus or something like that.
Is it Santa's sleigh but spelled
something like that's another one.
Santa Slay.
Santa sleigh, yeah.
Yeah, this is just a classy one. There's no other way to put it. Do you have a favorite moment?
Yes. So my favorite shot of any movie is in this film, and it is when.
That's a big statement.
Yeah. It is when. What's her name? It is when the one character is getting killed, and Barb in the bed. Barb in the bed is getting stabbed, and the camera focuses not on Barb and kinda on the killer's knife, but there's a skull in the background that just sat in the background the whole time. That just looked as it was just a set deck. It was just a decoration in the room, and the way they lit it at that point, it was like moonlight was on it, and you saw this skull while this knife was going down, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah. My favorite scene is that scene.
Oh, is it really that scene? Okay.
Because if you have not seen the film and you don't care about spoilers, there is a scene where Jess, the main character, she goes to answer the door while carolers are singing. And her friend Barb is up in her room getting killed by the killer with like these beautiful glass trinkets.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn, yeah, but it's like
horn.
made out of glass. And there's like you see it, and it's like the classic giallo shot where it's like
it goes straight up and down.
But that's like intercut with the carolers singing, and it's just beautiful, incredible scene.
So we both like that scene, but for two different reasons.
Yeah.
I really thought your favorite was going to be the fellatio scene with John Saxon.
That is not my favorite.
Which did not age. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
I have another one.
I know this one.
I have another favorite scene. It is when the police officer on the phone, the dumb one, who I love. I think he's so funny. There is like comedic relief in the film, which is probably the cop characters.
You can see Bob Clark's like comedic works in this.
Genius.
Yeah, baby genius.
Yes. It's when the dumb cop, I don't remember his name, is yelling at Jess to get out of the house, and he's saying all the things that Lieutenant Fuller is telling him not to say to Barb. He's like, just tell her to get out of the house, like, don't say anything else. Mm-hmm. But then he says the killer is in the house, you need to leave. But Phil is still upstairs, and she thinks Barb is still alive, so she's like yelling up the stairs to get them to come down. But it's too late. I just think that's a great scene. And like the shot looking at her down from the stairwell is beautiful. I love that.
I have something to add about the fellatio scene.
Okay.
Where they're discussing this. So they didn't know how to say it.
When they were filming
the one actor, because a lot of the cast was Canadian.
Okay.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Shout out to Canada. You're fine.
Love you.
Love you. John Saxon and whoever played that kind of goofy cop, they just went back and forth saying it differently. And I think the one was saying like fellatio or something weird. There was like no clear. That's a scene where you watch it now, you're like, how do they not know that word? I don't know. I guess it wasn't popular in the 70s. Yeah. It must have been like
ahead of its time.
Kind of like how meditation is now. You know? Like in the 70s, you're like, what is that? And now you're just like...
No one says fellatio either.
But everybody knows what it is. They heard it.
Yeah.
Maybe Seinfeld. So. Seinfeld could have
That's true.
boosted that.
Yeah. Do you hear that bell?
The numbers! Okay. Budget and cost to make. $686,000. For those of you who don't know what I'm doing, because nobody has seen this or heard this, it's a podcast. You hear it. I'm just going to list off some numbers of the film. So, how much it cost to make, which was the budget. $686,000. So that was 1974 money. So in today's money, it's $4,508,063.61.
That's a very low budget.
It's a very low budget for a feature film.
That was this successful as well.
That was very successful.
To put it into perspective, like a lot of low budget like Hollywood films are like $10 million.
Yeah.
Like that's a low A24 film budget.
Yeah, low budget films are, what's the is it 10 million is the beginning threshold of that?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So this wouldn't even be low budget. This is straight under the barrel.
Yeah.
Then the cost of ticket at the time was $1.89, which is $12.42 in today's money, which is pretty...
That's pretty standard.
Again,
that's a matinee ticket.
Yeah. This is average though, so you know, it varies. So then the profit that they made was $4 million. I didn't find an exact number, but I found that it was about $4 million, which is $22,286,085.19 in today's money.
That's pretty good.
So they made, and that was on top of what they made back.
Wow.
Which, with these numbers, around 2,116,403 people saw the film.
Wow.
With the numbers. This isn't accurate at probably in any sense, but in 1974.
How scary this would be in 1974.
Oh, I'd be.
It was
scary for me when I watched it
now,
first.
yeah.
It is a pretty scary movie because of how realistic. And dark it is.
And just like the atmosphere and I don't know. not many films are able to achieve
It's serious.
the tone that this one has.
Yes, it's a very serious movie that with anybody else directing it or even acting in it could have been a very, very goofy and terrible movie.
Yeah.
The critics did not like this at all, though.
Of course.
They hated this movie. They called it pointless.
I could imagine them hating the ending of the film.
Yes.
Which, should we talk about the ending?
Yeah, we can talk about the ending.
It ends with they find the killer. But the very last shot is the camera like pulling out of the sorority house, and then the phone rings one more time. So obviously they did not find the killer.
There's the guard up front that's just sitting there, and then I believe you hear like the dog barking.
Yeah.
The sound design for that final shot is remarkable.
It's great, yeah.
You hear sound, you hear the dog barking. I think you hear like a church bell ring, the wind, and then the phone ring.
I feel like I might be making this up, but I'm pretty sure there's like a constant wind sound throughout the film.
There might be. I believe I read that.
That was very like Lynchian to me.
Yes.
Very like Eraserhead. I do have something else about the inspiration for this. It was inspired from a story that was called, it was like an urban legend, I believe. It was inspired by an urban legend called The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. I don't fully remember what it was.
I bet you it was about a babysitter and the man upstairs.
I think that was it.
What's interesting about that too is that, have you ever seen When a Stranger Calls?
No.
It's almost the exact same film as Black Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of plot.
Are they also inside the house?
The babysitter. It's literally a babysitter gets a phone call.
Okay.
And then I don't know if the killer's inside the house, but it's basically the same premise.
Okay. This also was like, I guess there could be another subgenre of like phone call horror.
Yeah.
This is like Scream as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a subgenre of phone call horror.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought you were going to say about the origin was that the plot was inspired by a real serial killer. In
Ontario, right?
Yeah,
or Vancouver. I think it was Vancouver.
I believe in Montreal.
Okay, somewhere else in Canada.
They were killed in 3 women were killed in Montreal between October 1969 and January 1970 by Wayne Bowden, who was nicknamed the Vampire Rapist.
Oh, God.
And then, what else is interesting in terms of serial killers is that when this was airing, firstly, the name was going to get changed in the United States because everybody thought it was a blaxploitation film. And it became Silent Night, Deadly Night, which they changed.
That exists.
It exists now. It's weird.
Yeah.
But they changed that name pretty quickly. But then it was going to be aired on NBC, which is wild to me. Because this is a really dark movie to be airing on cable TV, especially in the 70s. Mm-hmm. Like, I would expect this to be in like underground cinemas and stuff like that. It was supposed to be aired on NBC under the title Stranger in the House.
I feel like that gives away the whole plot.
Right, yeah. But they never aired it because at the same time they had it on a nightly schedule for like a Thursday or Tuesday or something like that.
I know what you're going to say.
Ted Bundy murdered everybody in
college women.
All the college women.
Yeah. The 70s
Florida.
were how do people live in the 70s?
So you have a couple serial killers here, post and pre.
I'm going to take a sip of my drink.
The reason Olivia Hussey starred in this was because a psychic told her to.
I also read that.
She was really into psychics at the time.
I love that. That's so 70s.
Yeah, and they told her that essentially some horror film would change her career.
Wow.
And so she wasn't going to take this movie.
I wonder who would have.
Yeah, I don't know. Not Olivia Hussey.
No.
Hussey?
I don't know.
Hussey. I don't know.
I also have a note about her. Margot Kidder said that Olivia Hussey was strange because she kept talking to her about her obsession with Paul McCartney. which is also very 70s. I think she was 23 at the time in the film as well.
So these aren't.
It just felt so real.
Yeah, these aren't people out of college.
Yeah.
So for all you nerds out there, the camera being used was the Panavision PSR R200, using just the standard prime lenses and 35mm format and a 1.85:1 ratio.
Cool.
Roy Moore, the Canadian writer who wrote the original 1974 Black Christmas, also wrote the 2006 and 2019, not 2019 version, sorry. That'd be weird.
You see my face?
That'd be really weird.
It also said that Bob Clark was an executive producer on the 2006 version.
Post Super Babies.
Shall we talk about Black Christmas 2006?
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Okay. I also put like where I watched all these movies. It was free on Fandango at home. Which
It was
previously
free on
Voodoo.
Tubi.
Oh.
I watched all these movies on Tubi, like Rollerball. Shout out Rollerball. Watch it.
Still have never watched that.
Not the 2000s one, the 76 one.
Why
James
is there
Caan.
always a 2070s version
I
of
don't
something?
know. And it's very 2000s, much like the 2006 version of Black Christmas.
Yeah. That one got into Billy's backstory a lot. We never said that Billy was the killer before. The killer's name is Billy.
No. Well, the killer in the original, the killer was never named.
Yes.
They never even called him Billy, but he references himself
He
as...
says, hey, it's me, Billy.
It's Billy, yeah. And, like, he talks to Billy
Yeah.
as his mom in the original.
Yeah.
And so I guess...
You just gotta watch it.
Yeah, Roy Moore and Bob Clark discussed the backstory in, like, ad nauseum for the original Black Christmas, but they never intended it to do anything with it. And then Roy Moore wrote the 2006 one, I believe with someone, and that's basically the whole backstory of Billy, which was unnecessary.
I do think it took away from the mysteriousness of the original.
I think it's the better of the remakes. I
totally agree. This one did at least have like the Black Christmas atmosphere. It was still very cozy and like...
You thought it was cozy?
Yeah. It was also like disgusting and gross, but like the set design and lighting was good.
I felt it very tacky.
Okay.
Very 2000s tacky.
Well, yes. It also had like some it girls at the time.
Yeah.
Michelle Trachtenberg. But Miss Mac was played by Phil. Yeah. The original Phil. I just said it felt gross for the sake of being gross because it was also overly sexualized in a way that the original was not at all.
It's this weird I can't express enough how early 2000s it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it felt like how every movie felt that it needed to be a sex comedy after like a 99 and like American Pie and everything.
Yeah.
It was just gory, and they tried to make it gory and disgusting as much as possible. The plot didn't have cohesiveness.
Yeah, I agree. It was too much Billy.
There was too much
There was
Billy.
also Agnes.
Yeah,
It was
Agnes. Inbreeding.
It was not... We didn't need it at all. I did write down one thing that I liked.
Okay.
Not to be 100% negative about it. It was towards the end. It was like the climax where Agnes and Billy were chasing like the final girl through the wall.
That was cool.
I really liked that scene. I'm pretty sure that was the only scene that I liked. But I thought that part was really cool.
My biggest gripe with this film is that there's too much eye stuff. There's...
And like they made him yellow.
Yeah, and it was like weird to like a fetish point. It felt...
I could see that.
Weird. I don't know. It was just the same eye kill over again. Yeah. And it just didn't feel... It felt gross, and I guess that was their point. I don't know. I didn't like it. Although they missed possibly the coolest shot of an eyeball getting stabbed at the very beginning when a guy peeped through a peephole of a jail cell and there was a sharpened candy cane and he didn't get stabbed in the eye, which I was so disappointed. That was like, I was waiting for that and I wanted to see that.
Yeah. I also just put that the characters were not likable at all.
They weren't likable. There was a random sex tape
Yeah,
that had
they kept
nothing
showing.
They kept showing it, and there had to be some edit,
Like a director's cut where that was relevant.
Yeah, or they ran out of shooting days or something, where they had it didn't even. I think the person who was in the sex tape died. Like, was one of the first people to die, right?
Maybe that was
and
all she had left of it.
And then the guy was just like going in there, and he would sneak into the house and watch the sex tape.
And like the girl was watching it too, and
Yeah.
she'd have her friends like coming into the room
And
while it was, like, playing on the
yeah. She would continue watching it, but like mute the volume.
Yeah, it was really strange.
It was just weird.
Yeah, did not like that one. I also didn't like the 2019 one.
No.
I have a quote that I that I wrote down that was actually said in the movie. Someone said, "Seriously, I want you to suck a fat fart."
Yeah. That sums up the 2019 Black Christmas.
Yeah, that sums up the dialogue. I want to say I like Imogen Poots. I also love saying her name because she's been in a lot of other good things.
That's a person, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
She was the lead in the 2019 Black Christmas. Imogen Poots.
I watched 25 minutes of it, and I really tried. To watch this.
Mm-hmm. It took a lot.
It takes a lot for me to turn off a movie. And this was one of those movies I turned off for the night, and I never wanted to go back to.
This one took a lot for me to keep on.
It was over the top in messaging from the first 10 seconds. You know exactly where it's going. Because
this is a story that I feel like does not do well in a modern setting.
No.
And
they modernized it.
Yeah.
But they didn't share many similarities to the original.
Yes, like the evil in the 2019 one was just frat boys.
Yeah.
Which I would not have been as mad about this film if it was just not called Black Christmas.
Yeah, if it didn't have anything to do with the original Black Christmas.
It did not need like the weird text messages. It could have just been like a film about scary frat boys around Christmas time.
Yes.
But they tried to...
Frat Christmas.
Snow.
The snow is literal sand.
And it shows.
She does like a snow angel death thing that they're trying to do. It's horrible. And she gets killed by an was it a candy cane it's a candy cane.
Yeah.
Like that candy cane wouldn't kill her.
Or was it an icicle?
Was it an icicle?
It was either an icicle.
I think no, it was an icicle.
Yeah. I think he pulled it off the house.
The killer snaps the icicle off the house and stabs her. That wouldn't happen with an icicle. It was like a frail icicle. It wasn't like a heavy icicle.
Yeah, it was just bad. Carrie Elways was in it.
I don't know what that is.
From The Princess Bride.
Oh.
R.I.P. Rob Reiner.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out Rob Reiner. R.I.P.
You've never seen that movie?
I've never watched Princess Bride. Okay. I know. It's on my watch list.
You would say, oh, if you saw his face.
Okay.
He's been in a lot. But that was like, to me, I thought that was a really big actor to have in this film. But he seems like he says yes to a lot.
I've never seen that movie.
Okay, never mind. Yes, Queen, give us nothing. Pretty much what I thought about it.
How do you lose a Diva Cup?
Oh my God.
Can I borrow your Diva Cup?
You should not share Diva Cups. Anyone listening, do not share a Diva Cup.
It seemed like it was written by like edgy high schoolers.
Yes, who thought they knew what it was like to be a 20-year-old woman.
Yes, yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it was just really, really bad. That's all I have to say about that.
Life finds a way. That guy? You know that guy? You know that guy? What are you doing for Christmas?
I have the day off of work, actually, which is rare because I work in a movie theater and we're open every day of the year.
Yes. That's
so
big.
Thank God I am off. My parents are visiting. I'm going to my boyfriend's parents' house. It's gonna be lit.
Lit.
What about you?
I am going to spend time with my friends I'm gonna spend time with my family and my girlfriend and
sounds wonderful.
Eat a bunch of cookies and
hell yeah,
go to bed at 8 p.m. because I got work the next day.
Oh,
so,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, can't win it all.
Mm-hmm.
I got it off. I'm lucky.
Yeah. All right. Well, Well, thank you for listening to our first episode.
Yes.
I will shout out our email. We do, if you would like us to cover anything specific, we're not openly taking requests right now, but if you ask us enough times, maybe, or persuade us enough, maybe we will. It is real, R-E-A-L, real scared, R-E-E-L, scared at gmail.com.
REALREELSCARED at gmail.com.
Yep, that's it.
And if you want to hear any more things about these films, give us a email. Follow us.
You should watch them as well.
And we have these up on YouTube.
Yes, there's a video version as well as the audio version, of course. It's podcast. But thank you for spending time with us today, and we hope you have happy holidays.
Happy holidays.